What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Right? So, the New York Knicks on the road today in Atlanta to play the Hawks. First game without Big Mitch, and it showed. Knicks got blown out tonight, 139 to 124, giving up the second most points this year. At the time they gave up OKC, I believe they gave up about 143 points tonight. They gave up 139. Tough loss, right, man. Tough loss. You know, there was two. It was a game of like two parts, right? You know, the Knicks. Both teams came out firing. Both teams were on fire. But you could see, like, after like the second quarter, going into the second half, the start of the game, the second half, excuse me. It's like the Knicks just didn't happen, right? It was it was as if towards again they eat the bananas or the oranges in halftime, and pretty much Trae Young and those boys just started just getting busy, man. You know, it was just watching the game and kind of saying like, okay, what's going on in the second half? Because the first half they were there. First half they were cooking. The bench had 20 points in the first half, right? But the second half, I think a big part of it was Trae Young. Getting that 5-point play basically off of Grimes. Let's go to the highlights right here. But that hurt. That hurt big time. Because now, you know, the Knicks just couldn't get back and they couldn't get their rhythm after that. And then once that second unit came on, started the fourth quarter, that was it. Dejounte Murray just started cooking them. Dejounte Murray and Trae Young, they both had 29 and 27. The Knicks had no answer for them. But most importantly, they have no answer in the paint. With Big Mitch being gone, the Knicks gave up 62 points in the paint. Yeah, I said it, 62 points in the paint. It wasn't the three ball that was killing the Knicks. It was just the offensive boards. I believe the Hawks had 14 of them, right? And then, like, Knicks didn't really have any block shots, no intimidation down there. And once a team kind of sees that, they see that you don't have your main enforcer down there to block shots and pretty much get offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. Now they can pretty much just marinate in the paint. And I use marinate because that's exactly what they were doing, man. They just was doing what they wanted tonight. The Knicks just could not get a stop. The only way they got a stop was if Atlanta pretty much missed, and then the Knicks came down. One thing I want to say is, man, Julius Randle was fabulous tonight. Great. I'm glad. It was a great bounce-back game for him. He didn't look as tired today. He looked rejuvenated and ready to go. He had 32. He was the one I was pretty much keeping the Knicks in the game in that third quarter. He was really getting busy right up in there. He scored 15 points in that third quarter. And he just, was just dominant, which was great. Another great thing I also love was Big Sims tonight. Big Sims had 12 points, 8 boards. He looked great down there in that Baja, man. You give this guy more minutes, man, he could be active for you. So that was great seeing from him as well. I also love the minutes distribution tonight. I love seeing, kind of like a little glimpse of Obi again. Obi kind of showing little glimpses of what he could be, right? So that was good. But not having that enforcer in the middle hurt the Knicks tonight, period. It wasn't the outside shots, man. They were getting to the paint. They were getting to the middle and just hitting those floaters. They were living in the paint tonight. And, once a team kind of knows that you don't have your main, shot blocker in there, they're going to pretty much do what they want and just go to the hole all day. That's what Trae Young and Dejounte Murray was doing. Also, too, I feel a big part, the Knicks are going to need to get, I don't know when they're going to decide to do it, hopefully, but we need another star. We need another guy that can put the ball in the basket. I love RJ. I think he's a great piece. But this league is driven by stars, man. And the way the game is being played now, it's more like an AAU type of deal. Like, no one plays any defense. Because it wasn't just the Knicks. The Hawks weren't playing any defense either. It's just that the Knicks miss more shots than them. But it's an offensive game. It's really no defense out there. So you need offensive players and guys that can put the ball in the basket. Period. Now, granted, you're going to have a couple of guys that can play defense and be a defensive stopper, like a Big Mitch who could block shots. But majority of the guys who are the mainstay players in this league are the wings and the guards, because those are the guys that are lighting it up scoring-wise. And I think that that's what the Knicks are going to really have to pursue in the future, man. You're going to need another guy who can really put fear in the defense, because they know he can light them up. That's what, to me, Donovan Mitchell does, but, of course, we missed out on that. So, hopefully we could get somebody, man, because I think that's what's going to help us big time. But I was glad to see Randle came back around tonight. But I just think, like I said, I just think Randle was just tired. Randle was just tired last game, and that's why he didn't play too well. Tonight you saw a rejuvenated Randle, and he played well tonight. But without having that monster in the middle, man, Money Making Mitch, it really hurt the Knicks, man. So you got to see, man, how we're able to pretty much keep the ship, because we're tied up with the 6 and 7 seed with Miami. I believe Miami lost tonight to the Mavericks. So we got to see it. Now we're only a half game up on the Hawks, who just won. They've beaten us. They just won their 5th in a row. So it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But yeah, we got to continue to push it. All right, but listen, we got Atlanta next, so let's get ready for that. All right, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right. Also, too, if you come by and you check out the page and check out the channel, please subscribe. All right. I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out.